Before concluding this video, we have to look at one more point, that is the ordered pairs which represent the particular angles. And once again, as I stated in the first video, we only had to remember the particular x and y coordinates of the first quadrant to remember the entire thing. And of course, for 60 degrees, that would be half and root 3 by 2. For 45 degrees, this will be 1 by root 2, and of course it's by root 2, and it will be root 3 by 2 and half. The point is that all these values are repeated for the other three quadrants. The only point is that we also have to look at the signs in the sense that in this particular quadrant, that's the first quadrant, we know that the y-axis and the x-axis is positive, but that is not the case with all the other quadrants. And so we are going to the second quadrant. Once again, we are writing the same values, that is half 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, and root 3 by 2 and half. The point here is that we are into the second quadrant, and the second quadrant, we know that the y-axis is positive but the x-axis is negative, which simply means that as far as the ordered pair is concerned, first element is the x element, so the x elements would be naturally negative, so it would be minus half root 3 by 2. So sorry that the minus is a little longer, and this would be minus 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2, and this would be minus root 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. So once again, as in the case with the when we dealt with naming the radians, in the lower half of the circle the order would be reversed, which simply means that here it would be minus root 3 by 2 half, and once again 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, and here it be half and root 3 by 2. Now the point is that as I already told, we also had to look at the signages, that is whether it's negative, I mean the x and y axis, and in this particular case it's quite simple. Both the axis, that is x-axis and y-axis, is in the negative, so it means that both the values would be negative. That's x and y elements would be negative. So it would be minus root 3 by 2 and minus half, minus 1 by root 2 and minus 1 by root minus 1 by root 2, minus half and minus root 3 by 2. And what about the other case? Once again, it's root 3 by 2 half. This is 1 by root 2. It's 1 by root 2. And of course, this would be half root 3 by 2. Here we can see that it is the y-axis which is negative, which simply means that the y element would naturally be negative. So it will be root 3 by 2 minus half root 1 by root 2 and minus 1 by root 2 half and minus root 3 by 2. So these are the ordered pairs which represents the particular degree and radian measures. And so it can be easily seen that by remembering this particular section, that is the first quadrant, and by remembering the values of the first quadrant, all the other values can easily be got. And of course, in this particular I mean, the representation, it may seem a little confused, but if you take all the three videos and do it in a step-by-step manner, it's quite very easy. And of course, uh, when we do the problems and repeat the whole thing many times, it would be absolutely very easy to remember. Thank you.